Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a little update from last week's supplements video. So basically what I did, I ordered some supplements in a little push before Christmas to try and reach my weight goal. So I'm still trying to get to £168, and I think because of Christmas you can eat some extra foods and relax a little bit, that the weight will probably go up. So I need to get the goal quick before it goes up, and then I can relax a little bit, and then in January I can then reset and start all over again on a new goal. So the plan was just to get a couple of supplements just to push through the winter, push through the training, and try a few new things to see if it'll make any difference. So last week, or just over a week ago, my lowest weight at all was 172 point something, 2.8 I think it might have been. That was my lightest day, but the day I started the supplements I was, I think, 174, because it goes down, depends if I train in the morning or evening, and it goes up and down, up and down. So 174 was the official start weight of the supplement change last week. But it's gone up actually. My body weight's gone up to 178 this morning. I've put on 4 pounds. So it's a bit worrying. Some people could get worried or confused or panic a bit that they've had some extra fat burning supplements but they've actually put on weight. So I'm going to think about it in 2 different ways of why you lose weight and then why I'm not losing weight. So you lose weight with exercise. So the harder you train, the more you burn, and you lose weight. You also lose weight with nutrition. So the less you eat, the less goes in, and you lose weight. But it's not quite as simple as that, because if you start losing too much weight, the body wants to slow itself down and remain stable and normal, and the word's homeostasis, so it tries to stay in the middle of all the bits going on. So what I'm thinking is, let's talk about the training first of all. So what training have I done this week different to last week? So have I done less? Have I done not as hard? Answer is no, not really. I'm following a training plan on Zwift. It's a time trial specific training plan. So each week is different. So the first couple of weeks is called base fitness training, where you do all the training sessions are roughly an hour, some 54 minutes, some hour and 10, but they're not like 3-hour bike rides. They're all like an hour. So, and they're all, I think, 6 days a week. So I've been doing the same amount of time and the same amount a week. So about 6 hours a week on the bike on the training plan. But the first few weeks of the training plan, called base, were lower heart rate, easier efforts. So there's different colours. If you've never used Zwift before, I think there's like 5 different zones, different colours. So like a grey colour would be very low. Then it goes into, I think, blues next. Then it goes to greens a bit harder, yellow's a bit harder, and then red's obviously real hard. So the first couple of weeks is blue for a bit and then down, and blue for a bit and down, and then the second couple of weeks is a bit harder and harder. But as the weeks go on, there's different types of training. So each day is like a strength training day where you do real hard but shorter periods, or there's a yellow. It's all different. So have I trained harder this week or less this week than last week? Haven't trained less, because I've still done my hour a day. I've still done like 6 days a week, or however many days it is in the plan. I've still done that, but I have noticed a difference. This week there's been at least 2 training sessions where I haven't been able to fully complete it all successfully. So as you're doing the training plan, there's little stars which turn yellow once you complete that interval. So as long as you completed it at the right level that you should be at, then it stars up. If you haven't completed that one, it won't highlight that star. So you might get like 15 out of 20, or as long as you've done. I'm not sure exactly what percent of that star you have to complete to tick it off, but some of the times you start to struggle at the end, but you must have done enough and it highlights. Basically, there's been at least 2 training sessions this week which have been hard. The one at the beginning of the week, I'm sure I struggled at. I reduced the power and I managed to finish it. Then the one I did yesterday is really, really hard. It was well, in case you haven't used Rift before, I won't talk about FTPs and things. It's just basically, it was in the red, it was sprinting really, really, really hard for 30 seconds, and then it went down a little bit, so a little bit easier, for another 2 minutes, and it went up and up and up and up and up and up and up until it was really hard. That, and then the rest, then 6 times it was. The first one, I did it just straight through, passed it easy. The second time, I thought I'd change my tactics. I thought if I pedal faster, it'd be less resistance on the pedals, and my heart rate went up and I struggled. So the third one, I only just made it. Then there's a long rest, and then the next three intervals, I had to put the power right down. There's an arrow where you can change the setting, and I reduced the power, and I managed to complete it with the power down, but it was a struggle. Really was a struggle. I think though it was so hard yesterday because a few days ago I had another similar training session which was hard as well. So my legs are still hurting from the other day. So this week's training session plan, why have I not lost as much weight as last week? I think because the goal has been different. This week has been like it feels like more of a weightlifter's type power training session where I'm lifting strength, and I'm not as strong as I used to be. I don't do squats or leg press anymore, so I'm not quite strong enough to do the strong stuff. I'm not quite fit enough to do all the fit stuff. So I'm somewhere in the middle now where I'm struggling at this level. And I think compared to the last couple of weeks where it was a lower level intensity for longer periods of time, I haven't sweated as much either. So yesterday, these hard training plan bits were only 2.5 minutes long, and there's only 6 of them. So yeah, I got my heart rate up, but I didn't sweat a lot. The floor sometimes is soaking, but this time there's a few drips on the floor. So one, I haven't lost a lot of calories because I haven't been burning a lot of energy, and 2, I haven't lost a lot of weight through sweat either. So the floor hasn't been soaking, and you do lose there's water in your breath as well. So if you're breathing harder for a long period of time, you lose weight through water through your breath as well. So it's not all fat, it's just so the training, I have been training hard, it's just been a different type of training. So you still get the benefits. This is why I'm thinking, get past Christmas, get my body weight down, and then I'm going to start training a bit more weights again, on my legs at least. Get some strength back in the legs, because I think some training sessions feel harder because I haven't got the strength to push hard. Diet wise, so why haven't I lost weight, or why have I put on weight with the diet? So I got a normal job, nothing to do with fitness, and when I go to work I take food with me. I've weighed it all out, I worked out exactly what I want, and on each day I'm really strict. I only eat what I've taken to work, which is adds up to 1,200 calories a day. Mega low, because I know that when I'm at work I don't always exercise, and I can't always do a lot of exercise. I try and do when I was training before or after work, but it's not always possible. So I make sure I eat very minimum. But the last few days, so I've had 6 days off, and I haven't strictly kept to the diet. So roughly in my mind I know I have chicken, I have this, I have that, roughly. But when I'm at home, it's hard to have a diet. And it's easy. The fridge is there, the microwave's there, the food's there. I know what to have. It's just, it's harder to stay on a strict diet when you're by yourself. And there's other people in the house where you have to cook for other people. Back in the day when I was bodybuilding, you go to McDonald's, you refuse the food, and you eat out of a Tupperware box. You go to a Christmas party, you refuse to have alcohol and drinks because you've got a bodybuilding competition coming up, and you've eaten out of Tupperware boxes. So when someone offers you certain food, it's hard to refuse. But also, when you got to cook for 3, 4, 5, 6, however many people in your household, and everybody's a vegetarian, one's a vegan, one's a bodybuilder, one's a cyclist, one has chicken, one has rice, one has... Sometimes it could be quite hard. So it's easy just to say, oh, go on then, I'll have this. So I think for the last week or so, I haven't been quite so strict on my diet. So I haven't had any crazy foods, but that little bit extra every day adds on. And I think when you're in a state of high fitness and low diet, and your body is at the lowest body weight it's been for a while, it's like a sponge. So as soon as you have a bit of carbs, it saves them. As soon as it has a bit of fat, it saves it. As soon as it has a bit of protein, it saves it all. And then you have a bit of water, it saves it, it stores it, it stores it, it stores it. So I've gone from £174 to £178 because I'm storing all the foods I'm having. And also, I think it's a bit psychological. When you're having a fat burner tablet, you think it's magic. And then because I'm having a fat burner tablet, I haven't got to train so hard. And I haven't got to be so strict on my diet. So I have eaten a few cheat things, not on the diet. And yes, I train my 1 hour a day, but the other 23 hours a day, I've probably been less active. I've been doing a lot of DIY work at home, which is painting. But I know you're moving your arm, but the rest of the body stays pretty still for the time. Up a ladder or lying on the floor. So the last couple of days I haven't done a lot of steps. I haven't travelled very far. So it's probably a bit of that, I think. I think last week my body was like a sponge, really dry, squeezed out, dehydrated and low carbs in the body. And then this week I've had extra carbs, I've had extra fats, I've had extra water. The training has been a high intensity but a lower volume. Like the efforts have been short. So I think there's that. But the third possible reason to talk about as well is with the training, borderline overtraining, I think. Yes, I'm getting my stars, I'm ticking off my intervals. Yes, I'm finishing every training session. So an hour a day. It doesn't sound like a lot, an hour a day. Some people train for 2 hours, 3 hours a day. But I think my legs have been hurting for the last couple of days. They're aching now from yesterday. They were aching yesterday from whichever session it was the other day. So I think if you Google overtraining symptoms, things like tiredness, weight gain and soreness, they're sort of symptoms to say, hey Steve, shut down, have a rest and recover a bit. So if your muscles are aching because they've done a hard weight training style session, then the muscle fibres are ripped, then it's going to send all its blood to that leg, send all the water, send all the nutrients, get everything in there. It's repairing, it's building. They could be swollen. So while it's fixing, while it's an injury, while it's broken down, the body could be protecting itself by putting extra liquid in it and stuff like that. So possibly the weight gain could be from muscle damage and muscle repair in the legs. Legs are quite big as well, so they're the biggest part of your body. So it could be that. So what I'm going to do is, the plan is for this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, carry on as normal. I've got another training session to do today. There's actually 2 on Zwift. I got the normal Sundays one, and then there's an optional easier Sunday one. So I'm going to do the first Sunday one. I'm going to go into settings and reduce my power down a little bit. And I'm going to have a look at the figures and see where it comes out at, just to make it doable. I don't want to kill myself at the end of the week. And then next week, I'm going to go back into it. Back on the diet, back on the training. Keep pushing. The weight's gone up, but it's still going down. It's still going there. Last thing I would do is give up this close to the goal. And then I'll start thinking about next year's goal. So next year's goal will be probably to lose more weight over the year, but increase some weights, training sessions to my workouts. Try and build on a bit of strength in the legs, and yeah, so it might even mean like add some calories to the diet, because I think it's very hard to increase fitness at the same time as decreasing energy. You can't keep losing weight, but getting fitter and fitter. So to get stronger legs, to get bigger legs, to get more powerful legs, I'm going to have to eat more. And that'll mean putting weight on. So yeah, that's just an overview of my week. So why have I put on weight? Training's been there, it's just different training. Food's been there, but a little bit more than usual. And then maybe a diet and heavy training at the same time. Maybe it's a bit of overtraining. My legs are a bit sore. Maybe I'm just absorbing more stuff and holding it for a short period. So give it a couple of days and my weight might drop off, and then I'll be down to the next level. Okay, so thanks for watching if you got this far. I might do a couple more videos in December, little hints and tips of how I'm getting through my Christmas and getting ready for this new goal next year. So whatever training you're doing, keep training over winter, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.